The highly anticipated, long-awaited Bitcoin halving has happened. If we've been around in the crypto space for a while, it's been a whole 4 years since the last one. If we are new to the crypto space and this is our first Bitcoin halving, what can we expect from Bitcoin's price action? Well, let's take a look at what happened after the last Bitcoin halving on May 11th, 2020. Taking a look at the price chart on the weekly with the money line indicator, the exact week of the last Bitcoin halving, the trend flipped from bearish to bullish, as we can see here. And then the following weeks after, Bitcoin's price stayed sideways between this $8,500 to $12,000 range before taking off here mid-October of 2020. And zooming out, we can see this absolutely insane monster launch to the last all-time high of around $69,000 a year later in November 2021, before flipping bearish. From that point, we descended into the bear market that lasted all the way until technically flipping bullish again last January in 2023. And we've been ascending ever since with a little bearish fake out here back in September through October 2023, which brings us to where we are now at the 60K level. So what would a similar scenario look like? What would an alternative scenario look like? What should we be mindful of as crypto investors? What of this Bitcoin death spiral rumor? Hello, I'm Crypto Casey, and in this video, we are going to explore what we can possibly expect from the post-Bitcoin halving crypto markets, dispel myths about what happens after a Bitcoin halving, and what happens to other cryptocurrencies in the space. Let's hit it. Please be sure to check out our sponsors, Morales Money, I Trust Capital, and Tangent Wallet. Know when to buy, sell, and hold crypto with the Moneyline tool we've been using for several months now to monitor bullish and bearish trends in the market, as well as find altcoin gems before they pump with Morales Money. Buy, sell, and trade cryptocurrencies as well as silver and gold tax-free with your own IRA or individual retirement account, or roll over your current 401k with I Trust Capital, and invest in your very own cold storage hardware wallet like Tangent Wallet. It's the size of a credit card, multi-currency, multi-chain, and it's by far the easiest crypto wallet to set up and use on the market right now, and it's extremely affordable. So scroll down and use links below to access the correct and official sites, as well as redeem any special offers they have for us. Some things we need to keep in mind that are different this time around is that we hit a new all-time high of around 73,000 before the halving, which has never happened before, because usually a new all-time high happens 12 to 18 months after the halving. Also, we have big institutions in the game now with the approvals of spot Bitcoin ETFs, which is money from players that have not previously been in the game. We have countries dropping the US dollar and actively looking for alternatives they can trust. And all of these things are generally bullish for Bitcoin. A key thing that is similar this time around is a global event that will fire up the money printers again. Last time around, it was the pandemic. This time around, maybe a world war. This is also bullish for Bitcoin because there will be more money in the system people will have to gamble on speculative assets like crypto. So if we experience similar price action after the last halving, we would, 1, have to stay in a bullish trend, which means remaining above this $57,000 price point on the weekly, and 2, have sideways price action between possibly a 60 to 80K range through about October 2024 before launching on a moon mission to new all-time highs over the next year through November 2025 before flipping bearish into the next bear cycle. And as we discussed on the channel, my random wild guess for the new all-time high is $169,420. This could be a wildly conservative guess as much as it could be a wildly optimistic guess. So let me know what your price prediction is for this bull cycle in the comments below. Nice. Next, let's explore the Bitcoin death spiral. What is the Bitcoin death spiral myth? The Bitcoin death spiral myth is that since Bitcoin mining rewards are cut in half after a Bitcoin halving, Bitcoin miners that essentially secure the network, facilitate transactions, and keep the Bitcoin network operational will become unprofitable. This is based on the price of Bitcoin, the energy costs associated with running Bitcoin miners, which are computers that do energy-intensive work to verify transactions, and the difficulty level to produce blocks of transactions, which is algorithmic and constantly in flux. So if Bitcoin miners become unprofitable, then they will all start to shut down their mining machines around the same time, and no more blocks will be produced. This is because the hash rate would drop, the difficulty to mine a block would be too high to continue mining, making it even more unprofitable for miners. Note that difficulty adjustments happen every 2016 blocks. So as more miners drop out, the next block for a difficulty adjustment is never reached. There won't be enough miners to sustain the network, and basically Bitcoin will die. This Bitcoin death spiral myth has been predicted for every Bitcoin halving, and this latest halving was Bitcoin's 4th halving, which is why we've been seeing it in the media recently. So now that we know what it is, this is why this story is a myth, doesn't make sense, and ultimately won't happen. Every Bitcoin miner is different and operates based on a wide variety of circumstances, from location, energy source, equipment, efficiency, regulatory restrictions, or incentives. Therefore, each miner will determine their profitability after the halving very differently. So if all miners were exactly the same equipment, same efficiency, same energy costs from the same energy provider, etc., then yes, all Bitcoin miners would become unprofitable at the same time. However, as we discussed, there is a lot of diversity among miners. So while some miners may experience unprofitability, so long as there are enough miners to get to the next block, the Bitcoin network will continue humming along. In fact, if half of all the Bitcoin miners disappeared, all that would happen is it would take 20 minutes to mine a block instead of the current rate of approximately 10 minutes. And it would continue to take 20 minutes per block for 2,000 blocks, which is about 4 weeks until the difficulty adjustment is reached. And this would recalibrate and drop the difficulty to mine a block by half, bringing the rate back to 10 minutes per block. And the miners that kept mining at that point would become very profitable. Amazing. Now that we know more about what we can expect from the Bitcoin price going forward, now that the Bitcoin halving has occurred, let's talk about how money historically rotates out of Bitcoin and into altcoins. First, as people in the crypto space, we need to make sure we are prioritizing security of our digital assets like Bitcoin by completely owning and controlling it with our own cryptocurrency wallets, like Tangent Wallet. It's as slim as a credit card, extremely easy to set up. Like literally, it just takes a minute or so. It allows us to not only safely store and completely own and control our crypto, we can also buy, earn, transfer, and swap thousands of coins and tokens. The Tangent app is extremely user-friendly, eliminating any barriers beginners often experience with other crypto wallets. And it also simplifies the Web3 experience for more advanced investors in the crypto space. It comes with a total of 3 Tangent cards that function just like having 3 identical keys to your house or car, which serve as backups. They've had 0 wallet hacks out of over 1 million in the market since inception back in 2017. With both biometric security and access code protection on the Tangent app. This crypto wallet is truly incredible and game-changing. When I first heard about it, I was a bit skeptical. However, now having been using them for over a year now, I literally have several on hand that I love to just give friends, family, and even random acquaintances, take a minute or two to set it up and send them some crypto so they can watch the price, get curious, and start spreading awareness about this new exciting technology. So if you use the link below, you can get your very own Tangent wallet at a discount. And if you buy 2 or more wallets, you'll also get free shipping until the end of this month. So scroll down and check it out. Another thing we can expect now that the halving is passed is a decrease in Bitcoin's dominance. So what is Bitcoin dominance? Bitcoin dominance is just a fancy term used in the crypto space that refers to the proportion of money in Bitcoin versus all the other cryptocurrencies in the crypto market. And typically after a Bitcoin halving, the amount of money in Bitcoin starts to shift from Bitcoin into altcoins. Check it out. After the second halving in June of 2016, Bitcoin dominance fell about 4% in the months after the halving, before dropping 60% during the 2017 bull market, which means a lot of money rotated out of Bitcoin and into altcoins during the altcoin season, leaving only 40% of the total amount of money in the crypto space in Bitcoin. When Bitcoin dominance drops and reaches a low, historically this is a signal that the top of a bull market has been reached, which happened in December 2017, that particular cycle. Let's check out what happened after the third Bitcoin halving in May of 2020. In the months after that halving, Bitcoin dominance dropped 14%. So a more immediate rotation of money out of Bitcoin and into altcoins than the second halving. And then when the last bull cycle took off a year later in 2021, Bitcoin dominance dropped to that 40% level like the second halving. Except it happened much sooner in the cycle and lasted much longer. So if we've been in the crypto space for a while, we know that altcoins really didn't hit the scene until around 2015 and really didn't have any utility until DeFi summer of 2020. So it makes sense that rotation of money from Bitcoin to altcoins was more substantial and long-lasting in the third halving compared to the second. At the time of this video, Bitcoin dominance has increased to about 55% due to the recency of the halving. And if history rhymes or repeats itself as it often does, and if we consider the substantial increase in utility and interest in altcoins in 2024 compared to 2020, we will likely see Bitcoin dominance drop sooner and more substantially than after the last halvings. So let's randomly wildly guess that in the coming weeks we see Bitcoin dominance drop 20 to 30% and hit a low that is lower than the last 2 cycles, to say 30 to 35%. And let's also randomly wildly speculate that due to Wall Street involvement, more money, and more awareness about Bitcoin in the market in general, that this altcoin season is shorter and more compressed than the last one, due to the market possibly already preparing and pricing in an altcoin season. So instead of lasting about a year, potentially it lasts more like 6 to 8 months. Again, these are random wild guesses. We very well could see more or less Bitcoin dominance this time around, a longer altcoin season. Anything's possible. So let me know your random wild guess in the comments below. Either way, take advantage of these dips, this bull cycle. Build some altcoin positions before altcoin season really takes off. And if you haven't yet, set up a portfolio tracker now to save yourself headaches and nightmares for the next tax season. CoinLedger has a great one you can check out using the link below. It's a free new platform that allows us to track all of our digital assets across all of our wallets like Tangent Wallet, MetaMask, Ledger, and all exchanges and more in one clean dashboard, so we can easily get real-time overviews of our gains and losses. Awesome. If you would like to increase your chances of making gains by buying and selling altcoins at the right time using the money line, check out this video. To learn more about how we can prepare for altcoin season and learn how to use DeFi or decentralized finance apps in Web3, check out this video. And to set up your free crypto portfolio tracker with CoinLedger, click on the link on the screen. Like and subscribe for more. Be safe out there.